Welcome back with me into my office. I'm Brian, and let's take a look now at this beautiful 6-volume set from the 19th century in the publisher's ornate, embossed in blind, cloth bindings with elaborate gilt front covers and spines. The thing I would mention right off is the cleanliness of the cloth as well as the brightness of the gilt. The end papers, actually, you can't probably see it, but in the light there is a silky pattern to them. And what we've got is a plate volume, essentially, with a profusion. It has many illustrations, but there's hundreds, of which many are full-page steel engravings. This is a list of the artists that appear within this very first volume, Ang and so on, Delacroix, Watteau, Jerome, Jericho, and so on. These are full-page illustrations here, and there are many of these in-text illustrations, like so. I'm going to basically now flip through the set, one volume at a time. This is a steel engraving on my left, and the steel engravings have tissue guards with them, like so. They're all printed on a heavy paper stock. They're actually, some of them are photogravures, which is a combination of engraving and photography. And some of them are actually etchings and engravings taken from plates, like so, like this one here appears to be engraved. In fact, the engraver's name is often at the bottom of the plate. This is a very famous image, beautifully engraved, the young bride, like so. Another aspect of the set, oh yes, Dante, right? Dante Alighieri. Worth noting is the cleanliness of it overall. It is a splendidly clean set. It's a beautiful full-page steel engraved image there. Another one here. Ancient mythology is a constant theme in the harem. The ancient world and so on is a theme that is very popular in the 19th century. The set displays various very trivial, minor, like tiny, itsy-bitsy little holes to the cloth, say here in the gutter of the joint on the rear, but again, just truly as close to new brightness condition as one could ever hope for in 19th century cloth binding. And again, we see a profusion of images like so, as well as many mixed in. Tambourine player there. Here's a little architect playing with dominoes, and here is a woman with a bird and her children, and here we have children offering like so. The sleeping woman, like that, and we have here another, yes, Tempest in a Teapot, and we see there's the frontis, volume 2, Selmar Hess, famous, well-known publisher. In volume 3, same state. The whole set is preserved like this. All edges of the text block are gilt. So I'll just flip our way through the volumes so you get a real sense of the profusion of historical images, art history, all found within. It looked like we just went past an Albrecht Dürer wood engraving reproduction. And here's volume, I think, 4. Yeah, okay. The thing about steel engravings, full-page ones like this, oh, that's nice. That's a nice, famous image. Is that they were produced separately from the text as well as the binding process. And so when these volumes were constructed in the 19th century, probably in the 1870s or 80s, the imagery, these full-page plates, would have had to have been individually inserted into the gatherings by the binder. And so they're printed separately and produced in a completely separate workshop, almost certainly, than the printing presses that ran off the text and the other illustrations. And that's worth noting. It indicates a level of labor that lies behind the production of the set that would be easy to overlook today. Here on this volume, there are some tiny little cloth holes here that don't show when the book is on the shelf. We've glanced at them out of order, but it's irrelevant because it's just, I'm just showing you all of them. This is the 5th volume. I love it. Yeah, images of a man reading a newspaper. People reading is, oh, that's a great one, of the armor. Engravings of people reading books and newspapers and looking at prints is a whole little subgenre, a thematic subgenre of collecting, which a person could engage in if they wished. Ah, there we go. Fortune teller there. Yeah. This volume here seems to have a profusion of these steel engravings. That's another very famous image. That's a great one of ancient Egypt. And here is right there. And here we have, yeah. So that gives you a sense of how this set survives. And if it interests you, it is available now online from me, Brian DiMambro.